What up, what up, what up? First things first, thank you all for following us on Facebook. We appreciate the love, the likes, the laughs. Help us spread this fellowship in righteous manner by sharing one of the videos with somebody on your timeline today. They need this joy. They need this culture. Second thing we want you to do is go over to YouTube if you're not already on there, like the channel, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. We appreciate the correspondence. And turn your notification bell on so you know whenever we're dropping new content. If that's not enough and you need to get in touch with us, hit us at Gmail at the F.I.R.M 365 24/7 anytime. What up, world? This is the F.I.R.M. What up, world? It's the F.I.R.M podcast. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate each and every one of y'all being here tonight. Live, Saturday nights live. Y'all know that's when we go live. Whether you're on Facebook or on YouTube, we want you to like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend. Start a watch party if you're on Facebook. Share the video. Let somebody know. You know what I'm saying? That we are on and we got a great guest for you tonight, as many know already from our advertisements. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we're just excited about tonight and glad that you are all here with us at the F.I.R.M 365 24/7 on Facebook or YouTube at the F.I.R.M. Put the @ symbol at the F.I.R.M 365 24/7, and you can watch us live, or your friends and family can too. Y'all can sit at the table because there's always room on the F.I.R.M podcast at the table for fellowship. You know what I'm saying? You listen, how you doing tonight? You look like you over there, you know what I'm saying? Wish you was just behind the camera tonight. No.
Yes, Lord. Yeah, for those who live in the South, they know that when it comes to, March, April, May, the pollen season, allergies is out, man, and I am a chronic allergy sinus sufferer. I think I am the president of the AAAA, the Allergies Anonymous, committee. So it's tough, man. It is tough. It is tough, man. But you know what, though, man? I'm a trooper, bro.
You hanging in there?
I'm a soldier. I'm
surviving.
I'm a soldier, man.
All right, man.
So we gonna make it. I promise. That I'm gonna mute a lot. You know what I mean? Like if you see the camera go off, just know that I'm struggling.
Yeah, just don't be like that original. You remember that original Blair Witch when it first came out, and the girl's nose is dripping. Just don't hit us with nothing in the camera. We be good. You know what I'm saying? But besides that, we are going to be praying for you, believing that God will give you some relief on your side. We know you're out there in the elements, and it's that time of year where things are changing. 2021 is moving right on along. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you've been doing, but I hope you've been up to something good.
But Flav, how you doing, man? How you feeling, bro?
Man, I'm excited. I'm excited about the show. I'm excited about our guests. I'm excited about everybody who's watching us live and just where we are going with this podcast platform. You know what I mean? We're getting to sit down with some people, expose some people, you know what I mean? And hopefully our goal is in this fellowship, we always bring something of value to the table so that you guys will be enriched, enlightened. So I'm excited about that, our direction alone. Feel me? We've had a lot of different guests on the show. We've had ministers, we've had CEOs, we've had musician, musical artists, we've had activists, political activists, we've had authors, book writers, and tonight is going to be no different. Tonight it is an honor and a privilege for us to bring to you a alumni of mine, familiar but unfamiliar. So I'm really looking forward to kind of getting to know him and what his journey has been like. Because just because you know somebody don't mean you know somebody. You see what I'm saying? Until you know what they going through. You got to be able to walk a mile in somebody else's shoes, but you need their story in order to do so. So I'm looking forward to presenting to many And to others, our special guest of the night, Mr. Rockland Page. And after our official intro and welcome, he will be here. So we want you to comment live. We want you to ask questions.
Yes,
He's a CEO. He is a entrepreneur. He is a man with a very rich heritage, a very interesting one too. We'll get into that during the show. But he has always been someone that I feel has been a good example for anybody who's been introduced to him or had access to him. And it does not shock me that he's doing great things today. So after we get off of here, after we welcome you all, you listeners, you can welcome the folks. And we'll have Rockland Page on for you.
Hey, what else? We want to thank y'all so much for tuning in and for joining us this Saturday evening where you could have been doing anything. But y'all chose to hang out with us tonight and with Mr. Rockland himself. So with that being said, we want to officially welcome y'all to the F.I.R.M podcast.
You know what it is. It's
This is the F.I.R.M.
the F.I.R.M.
This is the F.I.R.M.
Fellowship and
Fellowship. Nothing off the table.
What up, world? This is the F.I.R.M. Yeah! Welcome, Rockland Page, CEO, owner, creator of ROCKABLOCK. What's going on, man? Greet our people, greet our guests.
How's it going?
He said, let's go. we see you with the representing in the background, you know what I mean? It's an honor and a privilege, you know what I'm saying, to have you on the show. Everybody, like we said, live while we got his time. We'll be on here. We'll try to be as on point as possible. But if you have any specific questions you want to get in, make sure you get them in the comment section while we're on so that your question may be a question somebody else has. So somebody may watch this after we get off, and they'll thank you for that. So participate. But other than that, man, Rock, how you feeling? How you doing today, man?
Feeling good, man. I'm feeling great. Just busy, working.
Amen. Okay. So you where you at? I guess we're gonna open it up. We just gonna start from scratch. Let's get into who is Rockland Page, the man behind the mantle. You know what I'm saying? So just tell us where you got your start. You know what I mean? What's your background?
Okay, well, my name is Rockland Page. Everybody calls me Rock, and I have been an artist pretty much my entire life. From the beginning, ever since I was a kid, I loved to draw, I loved to paint, I draw comic books, pictures of people. And when I found that people actually want to buy them from me, I was like, hey, I can make a living off of this, being an artist. And so I decided I wanted to become a graphic designer. And so pretty much, you knew me in high school, I was always drawing something. And
yeah. You was an artist from back in the day, man.
Martial arts classes, art classes, painting classes, same thing I give them. And
cold too.
Thanks, man. I'm trying to keep getting better. And from there, I just kept going. I went to Ball State University, got a degree in fine arts and graphic design. And after I graduated from Tech High School and Ball State University in Indiana,
Tech. Shout out to Tech. No.
Tech Titans. I got a job at Ebony and Magazine in Chicago. And so in 2004, I moved to Chicago, and I was at Ebony and Jet Magazine for 4 years. And that was a tremendous honor to work for that company, having so much history in the community. and to be able to be part of that. And so from there, I moved on to Chicago Tribune. I've been there for I was there for 7 years, and then I moved on to another company after that. And those have been great opportunities. I decided just getting a paycheck and punching someone else's clock just wasn't enough. I wanted to own this
have them days,
and not build someone else's dream, but build my own. And so just after frustration of even things in my career, personal life, I decided that I didn't want to wake up one day and be an old man and wish I had done these things. And so in November 2017, I decided to a personal loan, bought some equipment to make shirts, took a couple of crash courses in what to do, and just cleared out my basement and just started making shirts from there. And I launched ROCKABLOCK.com, and from there, each year things just go up and up and up. I mean, where I could see potential.
All right, slow down now. We're gonna get to the blow up situation. We're gonna get to the blow up, but first we want to start. It's an inspirational story, and I want to break down some of the journey.
All right.
You've been transparent about the legacy of your family. These are some of my questions. Let me get on my professional thing. You've been transparent about the legacy of your family. You were actually featured back in February on NBC Chicago in celebration of Black Heritage.
Yeah.
And where you had shared the story of your grandfather being an artist and your great-grandfather actually held a patent back in 1945, you said. Forget this, y'all. Not just for anything. Now, this is a black man back in 1945. We got to get into this. This is your history. Had a patent for a flying car.
Yeah.
Like, at what point in your life did you find that history out?
Well, that was one of those stories my parents had told me my entire life, but you think one of those tall tales that, your family tells you. And then
your grandpa.
Yeah, then about 4 or 5 years ago, I got mail. Yeah. And like, all right, yeah. All right, Dad, come on. But then I get a package in the mail from my cousin in upstate New York. Got to the library and found some microfilm and found like the original patent drawings and newspaper articles that actually mentioned him by name and showed his drawings. I was like, whoa, this is legit. This really happened. Wow. He really did have a patent for a flying car. And he had a patent for another invention too, but that was like the thing. And he spent his entire life chasing this invention up until the day he died.
Wow.
So with that history in your bloodline, you got an inventor over here. You got, you know what I'm saying? That's almost so unheard of. Even his own family was like, I hear you. You know what I'm saying? And I guess he walked to school without the shoes on through the wintertime and all, tall tales. But then your grandfather also being an artist, and like you said, man, we went to high school together. You know what I mean? We Tech Titans. You know what I mean? Graduates, I believe in 2000 as well. You know what I mean? They used to call us Generation X. I think they call us something else now. But you had always drew. I remember some of the drawings that you did. It almost made me want to stop drawing. I thought I was an artist. You know what I'm saying? Until I saw how easily you would sketch some things up, like all the time. But you played football. Like you did all the the vibrato things, you know what I'm saying? The tough things, the strong things as far as football and stuff like that. But you would still be over there in your cleats or your uniform sketching away. I'm like, this dude, there's just always been more to you, man. So coming from that history, how did that inspire you to take it from the paper to the shirts or into the business?
Well, my parents have always encouraged me to be an artist. Every Christmas, I would always expect art supplies. They bought me airbrush kits, pencils, pads of paper, just random.
Okay, and support you.
And so it was just like it just came natural to me. I can't picture myself doing anything else, honestly. And then when it came to shirts, it was just one of those things where, like, you think of something like, man, that'd be dope on a shirt. Oh man, you think of something funny. And you're like, oh, that would be great on a shirt. And and I had plenty of friends who, had started shirt businesses, but they weren't even designers or anything. They would just put stuff on shirts. And I'm like, what makes me so different that I
can't do it?
And, put my own spin on it. So
yeah,
it just seemed like a natural. I see the people on the shirts as walking art galleries, walking canvases, where, they get to take my artwork wherever they go. So for me, it's not just about putting some random on shirt, just some, random meme or something that's catching the news. I want my art to speak to people, connect with people. And shirts just seem like super quick. That's the way to do it.
So is each piece custom? It's every design, every shirt is a design of yours. It's a custom piece, each one.
I designed every single shirt on my site, maybe except for one. A friend of mine on his drawings, but everything on my website I designed, and about 95% of it I made with my own 2 hands.
Man.
So
that's dope.
I know you mentioned that the creativity aspect. Even going as back as far as your grandfather. At what age did you begin to notice, like, man, like I really have a talent when it comes to the sketching and drawing and things of that nature?
I'd say probably about 6 or 7 years old, maybe younger.
Okay. So it was like an art class, like was it? I mean, like, yeah. So I'm sure was it at school that you was like got into, like, what was there like a certain moment with like a teacher, or was it like or your parents just motivating you? What was there something that just brought you to that place of like, man, I really enjoy doing this?
I don't. It was so long ago. It's been something I've been doing my whole life. It's like you don't remember the day you learn how to read. Remember the day you first right. You just all of a sudden knew stuff, and so that's how it felt with me. Where I would draw and doodle, but then I think one day maybe an art teacher just noticed me, or like, hey, Rock, I want to put this up on the bulletin board. Hey, Rock, I want to put this in the hallway. That was a big deal when you're in elementary school. To have your work in the hallway or in
yeah.
And I think when it really hit home was when they were, when they had these art contests for school, and then all of a sudden my design or my drawing was picked, as the winner. It was a middle school. More teachers started taking notice of me. I remember, like, Miss Armstrong. I think she passed away a few years back, but she was the art teacher at John Marshall Middle School. And I remember she took me aside and said, "I'm going to take these Saturday classes at the Heron School of Art." And so she got me a little scholarship to go to these Saturday art classes. And then when I got to high school, it was Mr. Price, Miss Schusler. She was another middle school teacher of mine. They took notice of me, and they just started encouraging me and give me hard assignments. They let everybody else draw like stick figures or trace a hand to make a turkey, but they'll push me to do something better.
Yeah.
And so then they want to put your drawing in the Indianapolis Black Expo, or all these other contests. And when I started getting more recognition and more awards, like, I really can do this. Trust me, I had moments of self-doubt. I'm like, is this really what I'm meant to do? But I can't picture, like I said before, I can't picture myself doing anything else.
Yeah. Man, it's like water. So, man, you said, so this passion flooded over just as an artist into your actual art being on the canvas of people's bodies. You know what I'm saying? Walking around locally. And I've seen your posts, man, and I'm sure that it makes you smile every time somebody represents one of your shirts or one of your items, a piece of your product. You know what I'm saying? Everybody seems so happy. I can't wait to get mine. You know what I'm saying? I know you way down in Maryville, but we'll make my way. But you said it's online as well. So I'm definitely gonna get in there. I know you're just getting started with your shop, but myself and I'm sure many others, I'm gonna join in that line. I got my ticket already. I plan to support as well and give me a piece. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you can help us with our stuff, because our stuff is not. I just slapped a piece on it. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no custom stuff. But looking forward to that. What makes a person say, okay, I'm gonna get into this game, I'm gonna get this thing started and legitimized, and I'm gonna do it from my home. You had said back in 2017 that you was going, you was moving, that you had started ROCKABLOCK in the basement with just a computer and a heat
Yeah.
press. And so, like, what
Yeah.
was that grind like? Like, what was that grind like?
It was terrifying, honestly. When I first started it,
Yeah.
I don't even know if I can afford it. I told my wife that this business is going to pay for itself. We're not going to pay anything out of pocket for this. And so I got a loan, and I got the equipment. I learned how to, make the shirts. And one of my first customers was a coworker of mine. And then when I just told people that I did shirts, they're like, "Oh, but they just handed me money," and then trusted that I would send them some shirts. And we, like, okay, all right, this is legit. And like, wow, you trusted me to make this, and you haven't even seen it yet. And so it was a humbling experience just even doing that. But
Just
I knew I had to start
somebody
somewhere.
just believe in you.
Yeah. And so I started making shirts, and just one by one, orders started coming in, and then around Christmas time, or people wanted some custom stuff, and I just want to make the stuff that I want to wear. I wanted it as if you got it out of Target or Macy's, and not just some iron-on heat transfer or something bootleg. I wanted it to look professional.
Yeah. Okay.
And that it.
Come back. Oh.
So we do have a question from one of the listeners. So
okay, we got comments.
We got comment. We have Miss Robin who's asking you, how does your creativity extend to the non-artistic parts of your life, i.e., transferable skills?
Oh, I think in the kitchen, it transfers in the kitchen to me.
Let's get into it. All right, you said that you a foodie and you posted pictures of good plates. Let's get into it.
So I feel like my cooking is art. I'm not a certified chef, but I love to cook, and I think it should look good and not only taste good. And so usually when I make something, I'm like, you to see this, so I'm just gonna have a picture and put it on Instagram. And so that just started my thing. And so sometimes I'm like, all right, I got to put it down, just eat food. Nobody has to see this. Man, like, no, this looks too good. Someone has to see this.
You got to share it, huh? At first, you know what I mean? The plates that you had shown.
And I think being creative helps you just.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Are we on delay?
These, graphic designers and artists are problem solvers. When your client gives you something like, "Hey, I got this issue," it's up to me to solve it. And so that's how I see, my life: a series of puzzles or mazes or problems that need to be solved or need creative solutions.
I was gonna get into your one of you, like you said, and like, if you follow Rock, you know what I'm saying, on Instagram, you'll know about his viral video about the pumpkin ribs. And those two words don't even seem like they ought to go together. But I initially thought that you were just showing plates of restaurants you was going to. I'm like, oh man, Rock out there balling. He's showing all the plates, you know what I'm saying, places he going to. And then I realized in your narration, these were places that you were actually crafting yourself, putting together yourself. And you had did like a video kind of a step-by-step of what you went through to make some pumpkin ribs. Where did the idea even come from?
Like a lot of Black people don't even like pumpkin.
Yeah, you did. That's why we got to get into it.
And so I'm reclaiming it for the culture. I'm taking it back for us. Rock and roll and rap has been taken from us. I'm taking pumpkin.
Okay, you and Kev on stage. I got you. Okay.
So I don't know. I was cooking pumpkins one day. A recipe that had fried pumpkins, and I was slicing it up. I was like, man, these wedges look kind of like ribs. So like, let me see what I could do. And so I just made a dry rub, put them in the oven, marinated them and then put the sauce on it, bake them again. All of a sudden they look like ribs. I'm like, no way, it worked.
Yeah.
And so when I posted it, I didn't expect the reaction. I mean, it had like over 4,000 views within a week, and nothing I ever posted has ever given much attention. Where people were tagging me in like vegan blogs. I was saying I'm some kind of vegan guru. I'm like, I'm not. I eat meat. I eat just about anything.
All right, yeah, set the record straight. You know what I'm saying? Because I was under the impression that you was a vegan. I'm like, he over there eating.
I'm a part-time
all
vegan.
The time. So. But you get a little meat in there every now
Not
and then.
all the time, but yeah. And I try to. I just want to be creative in the kitchen. I want to be creative in just about every aspect of my life. No
limits.
Beautiful, beautiful.
No limits.
So we do have another question from the audience.
Let's get into
it. Again, it's Miss Robin, and she's asking, do you consider your business a ministry?
Oh.
So it's a spiritual question.
Good question.
Spiritual.
Well, my slogan is inspiring shirts for inspired people. And whether that's, inspire you to, pursue your faith in God, or, inspire you to, chase your dream, or to answer your calling, I feel like it's a ministry in that sense. It's where if there's something special about you that you feel like you need to share with the world, or you have a story to tell, it's your duty. It's your God-given duty. I mean, whether you become a millionaire from it or not, or become rich from it or not, if you have a gift to share with the world, it's your duty to follow through with it. So what we nice to people, whether it's you're a good cook, you just want to minister by opening a restaurant, or even making places for people in need, or if it's planning, event planning, struggling. And one thing that pains me is when I see people with like terrible looking business cards and terrible looking logos, and sometimes like I need to help that person. I need to help that person elevate their brand. And whether I charge money for it or not, like I can't let somebody with a potentially dope product put it in subpar packaging and present it to to make your brand. You have a better story to tell. You need to complete this package. So you put that in any aspect of your life, whether it's spiritual, physical, monetary. Just be the best you can be.
And the one thing that a lot of people of faith, are taught and understand is what ministry really is boiled down to is service. Art, you know what I mean? And everything that you just said carried that same identity, or that same genetic makeup, that stream, is that you're serving. No matter where you are, you know what I mean? It's a service that you are doing for others, you know what I mean? And to see you living your life in service of others, you know what I'm saying? The one thing I don't hear you saying is, yo, get my product. I hear you talking about quality. I hear you talking about value. I hear you talking about you're articulating the investment beyond the dollar. You know what I mean? It's one thing to put some money behind it, but the investment is the passion, the creativity, the nature of it, being of service to others, you know what I mean? And ultimately being a blessing to the community. You know what I mean? Like they featured you for the Black Heritage. You know what I mean? It was sometimes people need to see someone come from a familiar place pushing forward in an unconventional way. Today they say comic books are out, newspapers are out. Start a t-shirt business, man. You can get a t-shirt anywhere. Like you said, slap a sign on something. What I dreamt up yesterday, I can put on a shirt. But the quality and the professionalism that you put in it really makes a difference. It kind of cuts the butter in the business. You know what I mean? So I definitely appreciate you being of service. Here's another thing I want to get into while we got some time with you, sir. Back in 2020, October last year, you officially announced that you were going from your basement to a workspace. You were going from the residential to the commercial. from October to you just celebrated, and we congratulate you, you know what I'm saying, and celebrate with you with your grand opening of your location, ROCKABLOCK. It's not just a goal or a dream, but you cross that threshold of realization, you know what I'm saying, and birth that thing. So now people can actually go to a location and get your product. They can reach out and touch you, brother, like you in the shop right now, right?
I'm in the shop right now.
You live on location?
Live on location.
Yes, sir. So what was because some people just are seeing you now with your shop going versus when you finally announced that, you know what I mean, we heard you thanking your wife for her patience with your, the basement operation, being there and supporting you, friends and family, to now that you have a shop, you have customers, you know what I'm saying? We saw you with your billboard. What was going on between October and March? What was you going through getting set up? Was it an easy process? Was it stressful?
It was definitely not an easy process. If it wasn't already bald, I would have pulled my hair out already. So it's a lot of prep.
Yeah, I hear you.
If there's a lot of things I had to prep for, things I didn't even realize I need to do. Getting random things like rack, extra shirts, the proper looking clothes hangers. I wanted the right looking clothes hangers because I didn't want plastic or wire hangers. My shirts would be off.
Said no wire
hangers. Cash register. All these random things. Yeah, wire hanger. Yeah. And so, and trying to find a way to take everything that was in my basement. You come to my store, everything seen in the store was crammed into my basement and my garage.
Oh wow.
Almost 3 years. And there was a lot of sleepless nights. I couldn't afford mortgage, an additional rent, and 2 sets of utility bills. And how am I gonna, get to the store and all these things? Yeah, but it was like I announced it. I can't just tuck tail and run and tell people, never mind, I was just joking. I was just playing, store's not really opening. And
we just talking.
I would even come in here before there's even any plumbing. This place before there was no plumbing, no electricity, no heat. And I was just sitting here in the cold and just imagine what this place would look like. And I was here, I was like, God, I need this thing to work. This thing has to work. And I know give me this vision just to leave me high and dry. Not saying it's gonna be easy or a cakewalk, but just to sit here and visualize, all right, I want this, I want my couch to go here, I want on this wall, I want this wall to be this color, and just visualizing and just playing out this whole scenario in my head, how things will look. And then actually be here right now versus, like a completely different place. Only God. Only God could have done this. And yeah, you have to work hard. You have to hustle.
Yeah,
there are people who work hard and hustle, but then selling shirts out the back of their car for years, or on the corner, or you see the pop-up tents on like 38 and Keystone, or in Chicago, like Stony or whatever. You see these
everywhere.
Like what takes from that corner mentality to to being all right. I want people to come to me instead of me going to people. And that was just deep down inside of me that just had to be birthed out. It was just I couldn't hold it in anymore. I had to take this leap of faith. It's terrifying. It's scary. I had to do it.
Yeah, because it's all on you. It's all on you. Ain't nobody to answer to but you. You know what I mean?
The world's watching now.
That's right, man. And you made a great impact. You know what I mean? You definitely got a lot of people's attention. I subscribe to a lot of, usually on Facebook we subscribe to, a long time ago we subscribed to a lot of familiar faces, and I'm grateful for the fact that sometimes I'm a hermit, sometimes I'm people be like, man, you been up right here, you ain't moved out of town or nothing. I ain't seen you in forever. But sometimes that's just me. You know what I mean? I'm a bit of a hermit sometimes, but you definitely have made an impact in such a way that it caused me to pay attention. It wasn't just that you was like, hey, look at what I'm doing. It was like, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm charging. And it was like you just invited us to go along on your journey to see you, you know what I mean, stand behind your word. So where did that boldness come from? Has it always been in you? You know what I mean? To make an announcement like that, and then you still gotta see it through.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, people say, Rock, ever since I knew you, you've always gone after things you wanted, always chasing things you wanted, but I'm a terrified person at the time. And, you know, you might see me flexing on Facebook or, you know, on Instagram, but honestly, oh God, what did I do? What did I do? Like, after I signed that, I mean, honestly, after I signed the lease for this building, I was like,
you got a couple of headshot looking pictures on Instagram, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, it's like, you know, you don't see the highlights, but it's like, you know, I'm sitting there awake at 2, 3 in the morning with my eyes wide open, like, what am I gonna do? Are people gonna buy this shirt? Or is it designed somehow offensive that I don't even know about, or, you know, just all these things.
These
like,
days, wow. Yeah, you got to think about a lot.
A lot of stuff. Like, is this thing copyrighted? Is it trademarked already? You know, encroaching on someone else's intellectual property. It's all these things in my head. But to go back and say, this is what I'm going to do, it's just something I had to learn. It's a learned behavior. And when I saw that people were paying attention to me, because, you know, a lot of times you post something and you see someone else post something on Instagram, they got, like, how to get 3,000 likes? But then I hear people coming to me like, oh yeah, you posted that thing, you know, while
still trying to figure it out.
I've been watching you the whole time. People tell me they've been watching me, but I recognize I haven't seen their name pop up, like so and so likes his picture, so and so likes his post. But people are watching. And I think the boldness also for, you know, I want my daughter to have someone to look up to. I want her to say she's proud of her father. So that he didn't just work, you know, a job just to, you know, pay bills. That he actually chased his dreams and, you know, took care of his family at the same time. He didn't just, you know, neglect his responsibilities just to chase his dream.
Man, that's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. You know, and you really touch on something that, you know, that if I would love to dive into a little bit is, you know, like, especially in this day and age of mental health, you know, anxiety and things of that nature. Like, to be a business owner, a CEO, and then as you alluded to, you know, is the copyright, is the trademark, is the paperwork right? You know, am I, you know, there's like so many things that are involved. Like
am I doing enough?
Man, like how is mental health playing in your life, in your mind, and even you know, with your wife who has to see you endure all these things?
It's a struggle. I try to find ways to have outlets. I work out. I try to work out, you know, at least 5, 6 times a week. Get exercise. Talk to friends. Talk to guys. Where I went to therapy, even before I started my business, I was actually seeing a therapist just because I was feeling the weight of the responsibility of taking care of the family, managing a job, and all these things. And there's no shame in seeing a therapist. You know, yeah, you can talk to your pastor, you can, you know, give it up to God, but still see a professional, see a doctor about your issues. And I say, try to find ways to get it right. I try to, you know, eat healthy, you know, majority of the time. I try to spend time with friends and family. You know, just even little road trips just to get away for a couple of days. You know, for all we know, where I just close up shop on a random Tuesday, hey, gone fishing or whatever.
Yeah.
I just want to be flexible and just find ways to where I'm steering this ship and the ship's not steering me.
That's a good point.
So
man, we do have a comment in the comment section from Annie where it says, "Thank you for your transparency." You know, which I believe is a beautiful thing, because at the end of the day, like, you know, say that again.
I'm an open book when it comes to this stuff. So
Oh, beautiful.
if anything I've gone through can help people, I'm definitely open to share.
Hey, and Miss Robbins says that God created therapists too. God created therapists too.
That's right, man. You need some support out there. Definitely reach out to somebody. You are not alone. And what a lot of times people have the weight of what they're doing in front of them, but they carry it like if they're the first ones to do it. When there's so many other people that have, they may not have the exact situation, but the experience and the wisdom for that situation is in them. So there's always somebody that you can reach out to, always somebody who has walked a mile in your shoes at the least that you can reach out to. And it's good that you have family. Now, you had mentioned being married. So, and you mentioned you had a daughter. You have just one child. How long have you been married?
7 years. 7 years.
7 years married. 7 years this year?
Yeah, 7 years this month.
7 years this month.
Yeah.
Congratulations to, what I'm saying, to you and Mrs. Rockwell. I mean, Mrs. Page. No, that's what's up, man.
Yeah. And, it's a journey like anything else. You got to.
Say that one more time.
So it's like anything else. You got to navigate it. You got to you got to give your best shot. You got to work on it, and go through the highs and lows together, and just hopefully come out strong.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. Happy for you guys. I've seen some of the photos on your Instagram page of your family being there at your new shop celebrating. What has been the in-house experience? Is your wife relieved that y'all not in the basement no more? Is she still kind of like, this is our first month? How has it been since the grand opening on you and your family?
Well, my family's happy for me. My daughter keeps telling me how proud she is of me. But then she's tired of being stuck at the shop with me. She's big for me.
She miss you.
I'll be here. I'll be working. Like, just stay home. You're gonna be bored here. And then I finally brought her here, and she's like,
"Yeah,
well, can we go?" But just like any other kid, she's 8. Wife, she's been here helping me fold up shirts. Same thing as it was at home. Fold up shirts, getting organized, counting inventory. And it's just one of those things where this is a family business. You're so busy in the mix of doing things that you actually have to stop and sit back and think like, wow, we're doing this together. We're building this as a family.
Wow.
And I don't think of it as me coming to work. I don't think of it as me, as this is a job. This is just me doing me.
Yeah.
And for my family to participate and help out. I try to keep them, from the stress of it, just because I just feel like, family's there to carry the burden with you. Like, I don't want them to feel burdened by something that I'm into the household.
Yeah.
Like, this is. I tell my daughter all the time, this is my dream, and that if one day that you want ROCKABLOCK, this is all this is gonna be yours. If it's still around and you want it, but if you don't want it, I'm not going to put it on you to, that you have to carry this load. Like, if you want to be a paleontologist or an archaeologist, like you keep saying, you chase that dream. Don't let me stop you from living that dream.
Yeah. You sound, man, it's in
so be it.
I was gonna say, tell her it's in her blood. It's in her blood. You know what I mean? She come from a long line, seem like, of dreamers and believers that are not afraid to go for theirs. So that's great that you're encouraging, because a lot of times, we're taught in minority that when we start businesses, our only hope for our future, the future of our business, is if we have someone in the family we can pass it down to. when a lot of others, when they start business who are not in minorities, generally think of a business model that could be self-sufficient and employees. So segueing, you like that segue? Segueing into, you just entered into a competition, had us all voting for you, you know what I'm saying? I put a couple of votes up for
Yeah.
you, you know what I mean? And one thing that stood out was the funny picture of you with your grill, saying if it didn't work out, you was gonna have to go back to, you're gonna have to pick up your rap career. That had me die. I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, he was on location, like, hey,
I'm a
I'll
terrible
need that. But uh, what'd you
yeah,
say? I'm sorry.
the competition. So yeah, so the competition, the FedEx Small Business Grant Competition, it's something I've
Okay.
entered for the last two and a half years, I think.
Okay.
And with that post, I'm trying to remind people to vote. The contest is closed now, and I'm still waiting for the results. But it's
Yeah.
like I can't just post every day, vote for Rock, vote for Rock. I need to find ways to engage people,
I feel you.
and I want people to know that I'm a funny guy, funny at times.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
even if I don't win this contest, just even if I don't win it, I mean, just the fact that people are supporting you with votes or like my post, but people want to come into the shop just to see what's going on here. That was worth it. And so I want to engage with people. I mean, it's not just about the money. I would love to win the money, but I just want to have fun with people. I want to connect with people.
Yeah.
Whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, or in person. I'm all about connections, and so even with COVID, that was one thing that I missed so much was connecting with people, because I used to do pop-up shops all the time.
Yeah.
Meet my customers, see their smiling faces when I shirt, when they make a purchase, or they come to my table wearing a shirt they bought from another event or online. And so me reaching out with these contests or just Facebook posts and Instagram posts, just another way of connecting with people.
Man, it's working, especially the post where you had the mop bucket and you was like, you know what I mean? If you win the competition, you be able to get some employees in there with you. But you were making a statement also that you were the last man in, you know what I mean? And it takes a lot of humility of mind to start something and be able to show people who are going to come into your, your future patrons as well as your future staff, to see that the boss is somebody that they could see themselves in your shoes. You know what I mean? Because sometimes bosses out here be on one. And like you said, because of some of those experiences, you launched out on your own to be your own boss. But I think that there seems to be this explosion of new leadership in the community going on now, who are taking the forefront, and they're like the boss that you wish you had. You know what I mean? So I'm encouraged to see CEOs like yourself getting started, and creating a culture. ROCKABLOCK's culture is already bigger than his name might be. You know what I mean? It's spreading. It's definitely spreading.
I appreciate that. And like you said before, I want to be the boss that I've always wanted to have. And of course, you got to get down and dirty. You got to get serious with the employees that you're not following through. You got to make tough calls sometimes. But still, I want this to be a place that the employees want to come to. That they, it's not just a place to work; it's a place to be creative. And if I can hire, if I hire a designer to come here, like, hey, we're not just gonna be designing logos, making shirts. I might need you to run a cash register. I might need you to mop the floor. I might need you to stack these shirts. But it's not something I wouldn't do myself. I'm in here. I'm going to scrub the toilets if I have to. I'm going to mop the floor. I'm going to wash the windows. And if I get to the point where I can afford to pay somebody to do that, and they do it gladly, and that frees me up to do bigger things, so be it. But everything I've asked someone to do is something I've already done myself.
Man,
that's beautiful. That's beautiful. And Rock, man, I think when you see a business owner as yourself, a minority, in a cult in a nation where obviously race does play a factor in a whole lot of things, like what and just listening to you, man, and hearing your heart, man, like you're definitely a good dude. You know, you're definitely a family man. You know, it sounded like you had a a lot of heart in you. You know what I'm saying? So, like, what advice would you give to those that are back on the block, those who have ideas and they're minorities? Like, what advice would you give to them for them to stay out of trouble, to stay out from gang banging or stealing, robbing, whatever the case is, and really just focus on the positive aspect of their gifts, of their talents?
I say find a mentor for one. People pour into me, like I mentioned before, my art teacher pour into me. People in the community that believe in me. I grew up in a rough neighborhood. People think I came from like the Cosby family. I didn't. I grew up off of, for those familiar with Indianapolis, I grew up off of 38 and Keystone in that area.
Woo!
And that was pretty rough. And
yes,
I got into
sir. That's a.
But I knew that I wanted something better for myself. And my parents struggled to provide for us, but they did the best they could. And I'm gonna tell you one story. I was arrested for shoplifting. I was at the mall with some buddies, and they're like, "Hey man, let's do this." And I got tired of being the good one, and so I decided to take something. And when I took it, we tried to get out the door. There was this big dude, looked like a Debo from Friday. He even had the funny eye. He stopped and did my tracks.
Wow.
I'm like, dang it. And so I took my boy to the juvenile center on 30th and Keystone. And there, and me and my buddy were in there. And you know who you are if you're watching this. I'm not going to say your name, but you know who you are. And so there, they call our parents. And when they come pick us up, it's my mom and my buddy's mom. And my mom's face was just like red.
It's over for you.
And I was like, oh man, this is it. And so my friend's mom came in. She didn't speak to her son. She spoke to me, and she said, "Rockland, you're supposed to be the good one." I was like, "I'm not even your son. Like, your son's right there." But that just let me know right there. At 14 years old, that let me know that people saw me as different, or had higher expectations for him.
Yeah.
Told me, "Do you want to be a prison artist? In jail? You want to be dead? Or you want to be drawing pictures in a prison cell?" And I said, "No, I don't want that, Mom. I don't want that." And so from that moment on, I just like, no, it's not worth going.
Yeah.
And I just got a slap on the wrist because kids now are getting shot by police. For doing absolutely nothing. And so that was the grace of my life to help me myself in the right direction. And so from that moment on, not saying it's perfect. I hustled. And I started working a job that summer. At 15 years old, I was in a restaurant. Just anything I could do to make my own money and provide myself in a better position. I didn't want my parents to worry about having to take care of me when I was able to take care of myself. So I say to people out there, it's not worth it. It's not worth selling that rock. It's not worth shooting up that restaurant or robbing somebody or stealing from somebody. It's not worth it to flex on Instagram or Facebook. They got all this money or jewelry or whatever. I say find your hustle. Make sure you're the best you can be at it. Find a mentor. Whatever skills you got, I'm sure you can transfer to someone else or to some other aspect of your life. So whether you're working at McDonald's or a fast food restaurant or washing cars, you can turn that into a hustle because 2020 entrepreneurs that I've seen, bakers, caterers, car detailing services, other t-shirt businesses, graphic design services, everything. And there's enough room at this table to tear down someone else's business. You don't have to tear down someone else's hustle to elevate yourself. You find your lane, do the best you can, and people will come to you.
Man. That was some words of wisdom from Rockland, man. You know what I'm saying? I know it's been years since we graduated. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you leaving the door open to your life through social media.
Yeah, 20.
Huh? Don't say it out loud. I don't want to. He said 20 years.
20 years.
Jeez, man.
But Miss Robin said,
it's been a long time, man.
Miss Robin said in the comment section, there are so many transferable skills on the block. We just got to improve our lenses and disrupt that internalized oppression. Unlearning every day. There is a rock in every hood. She sounds like an artist. She sounds like she
I know. She's just dropping bars. It's a rock on every block.
And I'm going to say one more thing.
Go ahead.
So when growing up, when I would go to these art classes or all these other things, I had people come to me saying, "That's white people. That's white people stuff. Why you talk like a white person? Why you do this?" I'm like, these are not white people skills. Speaking proper English isn't a white people thing. Doing the best you can, or striving for excellence.
Yeah.
It's not strictly for white people.
Yeah.
And so I think if you free your mind from that, aspect or that constraint, you realize the world is yours. Yeah, we've got some hurdles as people to overcome. Yeah. And it's not just external prejudice and racism. It's also unity and enter from ourselves. Because just because your mother or your father or your grandparents, wherever else, live this way, doesn't mean that you have to live this way. And sometimes you gotta shed some people. You gotta shed some weight. Whether that's a family member, a friend, or a group of people, you elevate yourself and take care of yourself, and then you come back and try to help them out.
Strong words of wisdom. Words of wisdom. We'll take it, man. We agree. You know what I'm saying? Freedom of speech, freedom of expression. These are things that seem to be being fought against these days, and everybody out here pushing through obstacles, through challenges, through losses and wins and losses, as they say, that are still pushing forward. It is an honor to know that someone my age, someone I came out of school with, is making such a splash in the community. Especially the one thing 2020 did was 2020 provided a lot of people who didn't have excuses. You know what I'm saying? And some people came out with an excuse. I can't do it. I need another year to bounce back. I'm not going to start yet. What if this happens again? All the what ifs. But there are those who are still pushing in light of what's going on. Like you said, believing with your hope, you know what I'm saying? And just trusting that that connection that you're giving is so authentic. It's what you're getting back. You know what I mean? I think you're getting exactly what you're putting out. You know what I'm saying, to everybody, and it's always been respect. I don't think we ever have a background back in high school or nothing where I ever rubbed you wrong. I'm sure I wouldn't have. You was looking like a grown man back then. So, but man, you know what I'm saying. You always I'm gonna tell you
joke
this, Rock.
That I had a beard.
You said you had a beard for how long? Since forever.
Ever since I was 14 years old,
Well, a beard, big arms, hair on your arms, and everything. I was like, Rock is somebody daddy is in this high school. Try to
undercover
Jump Street us.
He's an undercover cop over here.
But nah, man, you've always been somebody to look up to. You've always been an honorable guy.
Jump Street.
Hey, that's what I was about to say. But you've always been an honorable guy. You've always been somebody to look up to, man. And whether I say it to you on here, say it to you in your face, man, I've always looked up to you and admired. You always seem to be standing for something. You never seem like the type to crack under peer pressure. You never seem like the one to be concerned about fitting in, even though you did so well. And for that reason, you've always stood out, man. So we appreciate you coming on to the F.I.R.M podcast, man, letting us get this interview out on you. And before we let you go, because we've been at an hour, I told you that's how long we'd keep you. But before we let you go, man, we believe in the F.I.R.M stands for Fellowship in Righteous Manner. It's not about right and wrong. It's about the process of learning what's right and wrong. Sometimes you got to go through experience. You got to, like you said, fellowship, whether it's through counsel, friendship, or family. But we believe everybody that comes onto the podcast has value. There's some treasure in you, brother. You know what I'm saying? And we got to get it out. You know what I mean? But when it comes to the value of ROCKABLOCK, somebody out there is curious about your business. Somebody out there is curious about your products. They've heard about you. What is the value that they walk away with doing business with you?
You get my experience. You get a story with your shirt. I don't just sell shirts. I try to sell an experience with people. So there's many times where you'll wear one of my shirts, and I'm pretty sure you're guaranteed to start up a conversation in whatever room you walk in. So whether you're wearing a ROCKABLOCK enamel pin or a ROCKABLOCK T-shirt, one of my canvas bags, whatever's on it is gonna connect with somebody. Ruffle some feathers, might make people laugh, might people just question like, who is that? Who are those people on your shirt?
Yeah,
it's gonna connect you with someone on some level, and so it's not. That's the value of ROCKABLOCK.
Man. All right, man. All right. Y'all heard it here. You know what I'm saying? We are wrapping up the month of March. This is Rock's first month in business on location. So we definitely want to send our support, send our love, you know what I mean? Before we shut down, man, let the people know where they can reach you, where you're located at. And we'll have all the information in the description box after the show is done. But right now, man, let them know where they can reach you.
Okay, you can reach me. You can see anything in the store at rockablock.com. It's ROCKABLOCK.com. You can see me on Instagram at ROCKABLOCK Brand, or you can come visit us in person at 7884 Broadway, Unit 81 West in Maryville, Indiana. I'm open this week. I'm an open book. If you just want to come and just talk design, talk art, and just hang out, place for that here. If you want to come buy a shirt, do that too. But honestly, I just want you to feel inspired when you come here. I'm not here to just sell you a shirt. I'm here to help bring out your creativity.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Go enrich you, man. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. It's been a privilege and an honor.
Thanks
You
for
are
having
the
me.
first alumni of my high school, you know what I'm saying, that I've had on the show. There are some people who are out there that are great examples. I think that every time one of us sees one of us winning, it's inspiring, it's encouraging. It's another push to say keep going. And like you said, you ain't got to tear down somebody else's business to build yours up. Learn, be inspired. Be like you said. What did you say your slogan
Share your
was?
knowledge. Share what you know. Inspiring shirts for inspired people.
Man.
All right, now. So you inspire people. Y'all go see ROCKABLOCK. Get on there. Check out his information. Get in his ask questions. Check out his designs. Go to the store if you can. You'll be shocked and surprised about the pieces that are existing today. And I truly believe, as long as I've known you, being the artist that you are, that you have so many more designs and custom pieces to come, man. So we wish you the greatest of success. It's been an honor, man. It's been a privilege. Ulysses?
Hey, thank you again. Thank you, Rock.
Thank you so much.
Oh man, the honor is ours, man. The honor is ours. So with that being said, family, it's time to let y'all go.
Oh, is it that time?
It's that time. For some of y'all, it's past y'all's bedtime. For some of y'all got to get up early for church. For those who watch it on TV, still get up early and make some eggs. Make some eggs for the family. Do something for our family. So with that being said, y'all, we love y'all. Appreciate every single one of y'all. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night, where our very own Flavius Tyler will be bringing the word.
Give you something encouraging. Well, find something encouraging to say. I believe
yes.
God.
That will be tomorrow at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And join us again next Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here with the firm, the podcast, the Theology Next Door. Well, we'll be back, y'all. The month of March has been busy. We had guest
Man,
after guest
we had
after
a lot of
guest.
heavy hitters this month. We appreciate
We
each and every
did.
one
We
of y'all,
did.
man.
So,
It's huge
you know,
for us.
it's been major, man, and you know, so we will be taking a couple of weeks break, but we will be back to like around the middle of April with more guests, you know, more entrepreneurs, things of that nature. Hey, 2021 is going to be big. It's going to be big, y'all. So, and Miss Robinson and grits. Don't forget the grits when you make
Don't
the
forget
eggs.
the grits.
Don't forget the grits. So for those who like grits, for those who like them, you know. So, but with that being said, y'all, Flav, any last words you want to give to the people before we let
Nah,
them go?
man. Thank y'all so much for being here with us live. You can watch this show afterwards. You can share it with a friend. Like Ulysses said, the next 2 weeks it'll just be us two. We don't have any guests lined up. You know what I mean? While Ulysses is over there getting his life together with his with his allergies. You know what I'm saying? Hoping to follow everybody. Hope you guys keep on pushing and inspiring. If anybody wants to be a guest on the show, reach out to us at the Firm 365 24/7. If not, we already probably got your name on the list, and we're gonna come knocking because we believe that you should be in on the fellowship, and there are other people who should fellowship with you. And if we can open the door to each other, you know, all the more merrier. The one thing we learned from a brother named Andre is it is our service to add value to the lives of others. So, Rock, you have done that to the show. You've done that for our guests. We thank you. And with that being said, we're gonna get up out of here, y'all. Y'all have a good night.
All right, we love y'all. Peace.
Deuces.